Hello and welcome back. This is another fourth grade math video. And for this video, we'll be looking at multiples. What is a multiple and how do we find them? Okay, here is our first example. So a multiple is a number or series of numbers we get when we multiply a number. So we kind of talked about, if you saw my previous video on factors, that factor times factor equals multiple. So the factors are the numbers we multiply and the multiples are the numbers we get. So if we're looking for multiples of a certain number, like in this case, 4, what we want to do is just think about the numbers we get when we multiply 4. So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, and so on. So as you can see, these could go on forever and ever. So a lot of times when we're asked, you're asked to list multiples, you'll be asked to list the first 5 multiples or first 10 multiples of a certain number. I don't think there's any math book out there that would make you go on forever. So for this example, they want to know which of the choices on the left is a multiple of 4. So we would have to keep going long enough to see if these numbers are multiples. So let's keep going. 4 times 5 would be 20. 4 times 6 would be 24. And we can kind of pause there for a second. So we see 24. That is definitely one of them. But let's keep going to see if there are any more. 24, okay, that was 6 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. And then 8 times 4 is 32. 9 times 4 is 36. And 4 times 10 is 40. So let's pause there for a second. 28 is on the list, 40 is on the list, and 36. So it turns out that all these choices on the left are multiples of 4. So you can either do the multiplication route, or if you kind of just like to add 4 to each number as you go and create a skip counting list, you can do that as well. Okay, so here is our next one. It again is asking for multiples of 4, but they're giving us different choices this time. So let's do 4 here, okay? And then 4 plus another 4 is 8. 4 plus another 4 would be, 8 plus 4 would be 12. And 12 plus 4 would be 16. 16 plus 4 would be 20. Okay, let's pause here and see if we have any matches. So 9 is not on that list. So we're going to cross that off. 33 we haven't gotten to yet, so we're not sure yet. Same with 27, haven't gotten there yet. But 8 is definitely on the list. Okay, let's keep going. 20 plus 4 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 plus 4 is 32. And then 32 plus 4 would give us 36. So we can stop here because that is already bigger than the numbers we have as our choices. So 33 is not on the list, and neither is 27. So the only number from this list that is a multiple of 4 is 8. So you can see either way works. You can either think about 4 times 1, 4 times 2, and so on, or you can do the adding 4 to each number and getting a skip counting list. Okay, here is our next one. We are looking for the multiples of 9. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. So with 9, I kind of like to use multiplication because I'm familiar with my multiplication facts. However, if you're not, you could always start with 9 and then add another 9, and keep going. Okay, so the first choice is 72. Well, I know that 9 times 8 is 72. So that would definitely be a multiple. 62? I don't think so. Now 9 times 7 is 63, but that's not 62. So we're going to cross that off. 9 times 3 is 27. So I'll circle that one. And then 9 times 7, just like we just talked about, is 63. So these are the 3 from this list that would be multiples of 9. Okay, here's our next one. Which of the following are multiples of 6? So for this one, I'll use the skip counting list where I'm kind of adding the number to, or adding another 6 every time I go. So we'll start with 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. And 30 plus 6 is 36. So I'm going to kind of stop right there and just check in with the list and see how I'm doing. 15 is not on that list. 42, we haven't gotten to the 40s yet. 18 is on the list, and 36 at the bottom of the list. So we just need to keep going till we get through the 40s. So 36 plus 6 would be 42, and 42 plus 6 would be 48. So, yep, 42 is on that list. So from these choices on the left, 42, 18, and 36 are all multiples of 6. Okay, here's our last example for today's video. We're going to find the following, or we're going to find which of these following are multiples of 7. So I'm going to go ahead and test them against my multiplication facts because I'm pretty comfortable with those. If you're not, you can go ahead and make a list just like we did in the previous problem. So 56 is 7 times 8. So that does work. 63 is 7 times 9. So that is a multiple of 7. 23, well, I know 7 times 3 is 21, but 7 times 4 is 28. So 23 would not be on that list. And then 7 times 6 is 42. So from this list, 56, 63, and 42 are multiples of 7. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video soon.